Hello and welcome to the BOTG Adventure channel. Today we're up at Yorkshire and I'm having a trial session on stand-up paddleboard, something that I've always wanted to try. Well, now's the opportunity. So if you fancy having a go at this and you want to know what it's all about and what's it costs and is it difficult, well, you're about to find out. Welcome to the BOTG Adventure channel. Pepper's actually in for turbo issues, so I haven't actually got the van for a week. So instead of open road cars, I've actually lent me this TDI Caddy, a Volkswagen. Volkswagen! Big moolah. Yeah, I know. Never heard of Yorkshire. It's called Yorkshire because you can come and stay in a yurt. If you don't know what a yurt is, I'm going to show you around this corner. Stay out here for the weekend. Hot tub. Don't know what's in there. I presume that's going to be a nice bath. I'm actually really looking forward to this. Stand-up paddleboarding, especially along the coast or in the lakes, and going out and just discovering what's along the shoreline, especially on the other side where there's no paths or kind of public access. It's just brilliant. I bet it's so chilled out being out in the middle of the lake, but we'll find out. We're about 5 minutes early, so I don't know whether, with the fact there's nobody here at all, I'm wondering whether there might only be me, because I've got to come here to pick up the wetsuit, and that's the lake there, which, as you can see, a little bit of wind out on the lake, but nothing too bad. What a beautiful sheltered location for learning. And I think they do other things here as well, kayaking, canoeing and things like that. So yeah, the evidence. Obviously it's going to be a nightmare with the water on the lens, but what can we do? Go and say it. You know you want to say it. You know you want to say it. Life is an adventure. We've got the wetsuit on. I'm not going to point the camera on there because the ladies are getting changed. Yeah, it's alright. Every time I point the camera at myself though, I'm going to breathe in. Alright. This is what they're starting us off with. This is a 10'8" board. And I'm going to have to wrap this up. And we'll do all that once we get down there. And then that'll go under there. And you get the idea. So, I don't need that coat on. I'll get that later. So, let's get down to the water. Oh, look at this. Pro boarder. Not quite. I haven't really got a cameraman to help me with this stuff, so I apologise if it's looking at the floor, or if we get down there all he sees is my bloody feet. But yeah.
So I made it to the big 5050 and I decided, do you know what? There's more to life than just mountain biking. So I wanted to get out there and try canoeing, kayaking, hayaking, whatever that is. I wanted to try hang gliding. I know somebody who does hang gliding. I want to try canyoning. I want to try all sorts. And stand-up paddleboarding always looked to me as such a relaxing, beautiful thing that would take minimum amount of equipment. You could just get out on the water and enjoy it.
It's alright. Get that around one of our ankles, like so. Oh, it's pretty warm, that water, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got one.
Oh, so it's a nail on it. Okay, so first initial reaction is it's not that easy to keep it in a straight line, but I'm sure we're going to learn about that.
Is it difficult to stand up? First time you get on the board, you are very, very wobbly. Not in the kneeling position, it's quite easy, but as soon as you try to stand up, wobbling all over the place. But it takes about 20 minutes, half an hour of practice, and it becomes second nature. You just get used to how much you can weeble wobble each side with this, on the stand-up paddleboard.
Do you know what? I'm going to try standing up.
Don't look at the end of your stand-up paddleboard, look at something in the distance. So for me, I've got my eyes on
Right, well, we're stood up. God, I'm a bit wobbly. Oh, we're up though. We're up. I didn't have the camera on me. Well, there we go, we're in. As I was getting the, I forgot what I was doing now. I think I was going to adjust the camera, so I was actually looking down and I went straight in. You know what, it's not even cold. But this is quite awesome, especially if you go up to the Lake District and you go looking around. So we'll try and stand up again now. Neil, 1 foot up, other foot up, stand up. Oh, there we go, look at that, bloody pro. So this is, what is this, this is a 10.8 foot board. Bloody flies in me, I don't know what it is. Yes, I have a shower. Yeah, and Decathlon at the minute, I've got sales on these. I think it's, is it £300, something like that, for an offer on some of the boards that are 700 quid. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, let's crack on.
And being able to stand up on the board is brilliant. It just gives you a whole new perspective of being out on the water. It's very relaxing. Now, the day after, I am aching like a achy thing. So there is a little bit of effort to put in there, especially if you fall in and want to get back out onto the board.
You get that same feeling like when you go hiking and you go into the deep dark woods where there's just nobody else about. There is something so magical and amazing about it that as mountain bikers we tend to rush and we race past everything bombing around and we don't really take it in just how amazing Mother Nature is. And the more I've been off the bike, the more I'm really enjoying it. Yes, there's people behind me talking, but it's brilliant, and there's a drone flying over me.
So is stand-up paddleboarding difficult? To be honest with you, after about 20 minutes, half an hour, you probably will find that you can stand up, and it is so relaxing and beautiful. And I kind of get why people talk about stand-up paddleboarding being dreamlike, especially when you get out into the middle of the lake. It's just you and the sound of the water and the paddleboard. It is brilliant. If you're not confident enough or you don't have your balance, of course you can kneel. And this makes it very stable, so you're not really going to come off. But if you come off the paddleboard, the water's not cold at all. During my taster, it included a few games which I haven't shown here, including a few races, spinning around doing a 360 and racing back again. My neck's a bit sore from all the gold medals, smiley face. However, there was one particular challenge that I found really difficult. You had to stand as far back on the board as you possibly could, lifting the front nose up out of the water as high as you could, and then try and turn the board. This obviously comes down to skill and practice, and as you can see on screen, it's very difficult.
Try again then. So the front is out of the water there, but you've got to do it when you're standing up. Right, we're up. Now we've got to put our feet further back. I think that's about as far as I can get. Oh, I can't get any more than that.
I've noticed online that some of the prices range from £250 all the way up to £800, £900, even £1,500 in places. And from speaking to the instructor there today, he was saying that really for a beginner you want a board that's around 10'6" to 11 foot upwards. That means your board's not going to be the fastest, you're not going to be able to turn very easy, but it's going to make the board very, very stable. So if you're worried about coming off or thinking this is going to be too difficult, the larger boards are going to be better for you. Plus it means you can get more luggage on there if you want to go for a longer distance. You can also get a dog, and you can even get a couple of children on some of these with them being able to hold up to 200k once they're actually on the water. Only takes about 5 to 6 minutes to pump these up, so you could really, if you've got a camper van, blow this up at home, put it on the roof rack, job done.
Well, I've got to be honest that the longer that I was actually out on the water, the more I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it more when I was away from the group. I'm not taking away from the group, but what I mean by that is I can imagine that if I was to buy one in the future and go out, it would be amazing at sunrise, maybe not to sunset because you don't want to come back in the dark. Sunrise out on the lakes when there's that bit of fog on the water, I would imagine it's brilliant. Obviously if there is you've got to get it out, you've got to carry it down to the river, you've got to pump it up, and then you've got to think about all the gear that you want to take with you. Where the midges and that will become an issue. They're only really an issue when we actually came out of the water. There's a few flying around now. But out on the water, that serenity and the calm, just that slight little breeze on the water. Slight little breeze on the water. Amazing. Is it worth the hassle of carrying it and all that stuff? Undecided. I might do it. I might do it again. Do you know what? I might do it again. I might borrow somebody's paddleboard and go off into the lakes and do it somewhere like that, and see whether it's something that I will continue to want to do, or whether it's just a bit of a fad because it's new. Well, you'll find out. If you've got any questions about stand-up paddleboarding, I'm not an expert, but I have tried it now. So if you want to know anything, leave them in the box below. And if you want to support me, that would be brilliant. That would be brilliant because I'm really happy. I'm stress-free at the minute. I'm not doing the mountain biking. Anyway, that's enough from the BOTG Adventure channel. I've got wet feet and wet undies, but I'm thoroughly happy, and I really enjoyed it. TTFN, ta-ta for now. Life's an adventure. Yeah, life's an adventure. Hello and welcome to the BOTG, I was going to say mountain bike channel and the BOTG Adventure channel, and I'm currently in a lake at Eveston at Yorkshire doing a bit of a stand-up paddle board little trial to see what we think. If you've ever wanted to try it, I'll go through it all and let you explain it all. Let you explain it all. Ooh, something bit me. I'll do it again.